And I think one of the first things is like, what is a toxic friendship, right? Really, a toxic friendship are those relationships where you kind of said, if the person calls you like,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Or like if you're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
feeling stressed,
Yeah.
or if there's a level of engagement where it actually requires you to like mentally, emotionally, physically, like tap in, because there's such a sense of being drained following that.
Yeah.
The truth is, it is a toxic relationship.
And then when we had our daughters done, who are 16 hours apart,
Yeah.
we both found out that we were pregnant with the same due date.
Same due date, March
which was
11th.
wild. I
Yeah.
was not expecting another child. And we were supposed to have the exact same due date.
Yeah.
Both girls came 2 weeks early,
Yeah.
16 hours apart.
Yeah.
Like they could not wait
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah.
So we put their information
Yeah.
in this human design thing. And the woman that was doing it was like, they are
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
like your soul match.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they decided to come here together.
Mhm.
And if you guys know us intimately, you know that
Mm.
Aisha's daughter is my twin.
100%.
And my daughter is
is me.
Aisha's. And it's so funny that
Yeah.
the two of us
Yeah.
can have this beautiful friendship, and the two of them
Yeah.
have something that is absolutely
Yeah.
parallel. Like
Yeah.
they are
Tight.
so tight, and
Yeah.
they love each other so
Mhm.
much that it's on a different level.
Yeah.
They're friends,
Yeah.
they, whatever, and they have their other relationships and they
Yeah.
love people.
But they are
But the two
ride
of
or
them
die.
together
Yeah.
are inseparable.
Yeah.
Like a soul tie
Yeah.
to each other, which I think is so cool.
Absolutely.
Do you remember that you were in the very, very beginning of your lock journey?
Yes, I was.
You were at like the very first.
My little stublets.
Yes.
My little baby stublets.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was something that we talked about. It
Yeah.
was something that you were going on this journey,
Yeah.
and like you were taking this path.
Yeah.
All this stuff was happening, and
That was a bit of a shock to everyone because
I think
moved
it
from
was, yeah.
Montreal.
Yeah.
I came in braids, and then I literally shaved my head and started from scratch. And everyone thought I was unwell for a little bit, including Dwayne, who was like, "What are we doing here? Like, you and I are not supposed to have the same haircut." I remember that. He's like, "You and I are not supposed to have the same haircut at all. Like, that wasn't the deal." But look at me now.
I know.
Look
And
at
you've
these-
had so many incredible
Yeah.
styles. And it has been long and short and blonde and red.
everything,
And,
yeah.
and I think that like it's become such a part of
my
your
vibe.
signature look.
When do you walk away? Like, so you've acknowledged that this friendship that you have is toxic. It's no longer serving you. You have tried and you just know that it is time to go. Like, what does that look like? Like, how do you?
So for me
Mhm.
specifically,
Yeah.
it's like when my body starts to give me signals.
Mhm.
Like if I feel sick when I'm around you,
Mm.
like if
Mhm.
I am not my best self,
Mhm.
if I am no longer fun and energetic,
Yeah.
and if my whole affect changes,
Yeah.
we can't be together. I buy way too much things off the internet, and did
That's
just
a
talk
show in and
about,
of itself.
TikTok, and I have addictions to shopping
To
online,
random-
for sure.
I wouldn't say you
For
have an
sure.
addiction. I would just say you buy the most random.
I do.
Oh, Aish, look what I bought. I bought this like cream that helps you elevate and come off the floor. It does it now. You're
Okay.
like, yeah, I saw it and it's gonna work.
What product do you think that I have purchased that has made you really question my sanity? You can only pick one. I want to know. Because I know that we do this whole, we listen and we don't judge. And like we've been doing this for years. We listen and we don't judge. But like I'm judged heavily. I know on my Instagram
I mean, 'cause
purchases. I know.
So I'm going to say,
Is it the fat pants? So like green flag for us ADHDers
Yeah.
because we're just trying to connect with you and like we really do love you. Red flag, if you don't have ADHD, you're just a jerk.
yeah. Okay. Here's a big one that I know
Okay.
absolutely grinds
I got my
your
red.
gears.
I got my red
That
one ready
grinds your
already.
gears.
I put it out first because I know.
You always feel like they're trying to one up you. This one I know grinds
You know
your
how I
gears.
feel about this.
I
You
know,
know
the
how I feel about
one-upper.
this. Like
I know you
if
hate
I
it.
break my leg, because this, like if I break my leg, don't tell me that you broke your femur. Like if I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I broke my leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I snapped mine right at the knee.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, no,
No, you didn't.
you hate a one-upper. I know that.
just let me live.
Yeah.
Just
Let
let
me
me
have
live
my
life.
moment. Yeah.
Just let me have whatever moment I'm having right now. And you don't have to
Yeah.
tell me
yeah.
either like how much better or how much worse you are. You can just like celebrate
Yeah.
or not celebrate.
Yeah.
Like
But just
just
leave it.
be
Leave it
chill.
alone. Yeah, leave it alone. I
just
know
be
you
chill.
hate a
I
one-upper.
hate that so
Yeah.
much.
They expect you to apologize even when they are wrong.
I almost went with a green flag.
Like things in our respective lives can be hard. They can be disrupted. You know what I mean? Like all the things that life brings. But there is so much peace, and it just does not require work. Yeah. Some of those things that happen in relationships where people change, people evolve. The last 20 years, like when we met, changed for me a lot. But it's never been where it's like, oh, Steph is elevating and growing, and like, are you all right over there?
No.
Do you have a tickle in your throat?
Sorry, nose. My nose is running and I can't breathe. And I'm like trying to be like, yes, I love this. And this is what I'm
meanwhile,
like.
She's suffocating in the
Sorry.
No.
Quietly suffocating on the ground. I'm sorry.
Welcome to our lives.
Welcome to Bestie.
But no, it just doesn't require work.
I was looking for the word, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, people think that we spend a lot of time together, and we unfortunately don't get to. So I think that this is actually an amazing thing because I feel like maybe I will keep a lot of things to myself. Not really, because I'm like an open book, but try to like keep things to talk about on this podcast, because we don't get this opportunity to see each other. We each have 3 children that are very, I have 2 that are in sports. 1 is getting ready to go to university.
Which is wild.
Which is amazing.
We are there.
And you have 3 that are so active. I knew that you were not going to be on board for my birthday party. But now I feel if I put it out there, you have to kind of be on board.
I will do it. But like the nature of best friendship, I will do it. You say your theme, I'm in. I've never not shown up. You say theme, I am in it.
You have shown up.
I will question.
Dressed up and done everything.
I will do
every
it
single theme party that I've ever done. No, you 110%.
Yeah. This one, again, is it my favorite? It's not. But am I going to come full throttle to make you proud? 100%. Because that's also what means a lot to me, is that you are proud of the effort that I have put in to make sure that I have hit the mark.
I'm definitely. And I am I am proud of your level of tolerance.
It depends on what it is. And I know when we were talking today, you actually even had a really great clarification, or not clarification, but division between a secret where, again, like someone is really entrusting you with something that took a lot for that person to share, which again, for me is where I'm a vault. Like you tell me something, when I say lock it down, like nobody knows, I lock it in. There's then the difference of the tea where I'm like, girl, you don't even know what I'm up, right? Which is more from the perspective of like, I feel sharing something that I think is I'm going to call it, I don't want to call it mundane, but is more like, did anybody else hear that conversation type of thing? Which I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody's like, no, I don't do that, lies. Okay. There's nobody here who has a best friend, you're ride or die, where you're not out here saying something.
When is it secret sharing, and when is it like gossiping? Do you know what I mean? Like if you are truly in that friendship, you have a responsibility to your friend, like to your person.
I feel so.
To hold them up.
Yeah.
Especially when they're struggling. And I really feel that way also emotionally,
yeah.
financially. Like a friendship is not, for me.
Yeah.
A friendship doesn't really come with conditions, and we've talked about it as well.
One.
And like,
that is a great one.
When we are holding these people in our space, I really value that. I really value the people that I keep in my life. So if you are struggling, I hear that and I see that and I value that and I want to help you.
Yeah.
I want to put you in a place where you feel loved and you feel like you're seen even when you're struggling. Yeah. Because I think that that's a really hard place for people to be in too, right?
Yeah.
And it's a really hard place when people maybe in your circle are, I felt like that when I was a stay-at-home mom. I agree.
As you said, deuces.
Yeah.
And certainly last, because, we always want to end on a high note, that at the end of the day, a friendship is supposed to be like a safe space. It's supposed to bring you joy. It's supposed to be when you see that phone call, you're like, oh, I haven't talked to Bae in a while. Or, in our case, we, again, talk every day. But like someone calls you or you get a text message from a friend, you're like, you're excited. My God, you're excited. You're happy.
Yeah.
You want to find an opportunity to connect. There's a reciprocal in like what you feel emotionally and spiritually, like all of those pieces, that's really what you want to nurture in those relationships that don't offer that to you.
One of my friendship rules, it talks about like remembering important events.
Yeah.
I love a group chat for reminding me about somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
Unless you are direct bloodline, I have forgotten your birthday.
Yeah.
And it's like you have actually had to come from my body
in order to remember.
For me to remember the event that happened that
like
holds
Facebook.
Your birthday near and dear. And it's not that I mean to, but I just
life is lifing.
Leaves my head.
Life
my
is
brain
lifing.
can only hold so much
information,
and most of it is useless. But because
I mean, there's a lot of things happening in
that
little brain of yours.
If you ask me
no
about a certain bug
that
you've seen, I've researched it.
Yeah. That
I've researched it.
And you know about it.
I do. But yeah. What is Hold
on. Oh, this is a good one. When she laughs before she asks the question, that means it's a good one.
Well, just because I know.
Yeah.
I know. What's the best or worst excuse for leaving a group chat? I mean, we just leave because we're not interested in it.
Yeah, 100%. Which doesn't make it right.
Stephanie has left.
Yeah. You find out I've left when you absolutely see Aisha's no longer in the conversation.
Yeah. No, you get the notification.
Yeah.
Stephanie has left the chat.
Yeah.
If you can't uplift.
Yeah.
If it hurts you.
Yeah.
To uplift people, you can't be around me.
Yeah.
Like that's a toxic. That's a red flag. It's a red flag for me. Like, how do you feel about a broke friend?
A broke friend?
Like a broke friend. Because you just said financially.
Yeah.
When do we, because we like to support.
Yeah.
We're all here for support.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that in your friendship? And does it ever affect you? Has it ever affected you in a friendship when somebody is like really struggling? How do you handle that?
Okay, so I'm going to say I think it depends, and this might not be a popular answer, but I feel like it depends because I feel like a lot of people work hard. Like, first of all, life is lifing. Okay, let me just put that out here. Like, the struggle is real. It is real. So I feel like if the struggle is because, again, like just circumstances, then if I can support and if I can help, I'm going to do it every time, right?
You're a sour puss.
Yeah. Yeah. And not letting people or not allowing people to have the shine, even if you are struggling or if you're not in a good place. Yeah. That is a big time red flag. I cannot wait to get these. I have some rapid fire questions.
I'm
for
ready
you
for
that
rapid
you get
fire.
to use your flag to determine whether this is a green flag, which means it's just
You're just annoying.
You're just annoying. I think it looks good, but just be careful, please. Okay.
Well, I haven't gotten a chemical word. You know what? There's time. There's still time.
If you come here and your lips are plumper, like
no, I won't use those.
Okay.
I feel like they'll actually like cause
okay.
Yeah,
but it does look good. Oh, interesting.
So speaking of that, hyping up your friends.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Do you know, like, if I post something and I know I look good.
Yeah, I will. I always big you up.
You guys know I look good.
Yeah.
Why are you not liking me?
Well, I feel like the people who don't do that are hating.
Hateration
in the dancery.
I love that. That's Rena's.
I know
line.
Hateration
in the dancery. I have adopted it.
Yeah.
I love you, Rena, but I have adopted it.
Yeah, that's her line.
But like,
really, a toxic friendship are those relationships where you kind of said if the person calls you like, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or like if you're feeling stressed, or if there's a level of engagement where it actually requires you to like mentally, emotionally, physically, like tap in because there's such a sense of being drained following that.
Yeah.
The truth is it is a toxic relationship.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with like the energy suckers.
Yeah.
The ones where you see it and you're like, oh God, I have to mentally prepare myself to answer this phone call because I don't want to deal with this person.
Yeah.
And I think that if you get there in your friendship, you have to understand that this is somebody that is the toxic goo.
Yeah.
They are the person that is just pulling so much of your energy, so much of your time, so much of your love, so much of your everything that you have to offer. That person is pulling that out of you. And that is not a good place to be in.
No. And I will add one more piece to that again, because sometimes relationships can be uneven in periods of time. So if a friend is really struggling and going through something, yes, naturally, you may be giving more at that time than before. it is when there is zero reciprocation after a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like really, that's when things become toxic. So
Yeah.
you're giving and you're giving and you're giving and you're giving. And in your time of struggle or in your time of hardship, like there's crickets.
Yeah.
Like there's no